The first thing that comes to mind is resilience. And I don't think it differs by gender, but what might differ is the degree of resilience you need. I do think there still are some things that affect women more than men, specifically childcare. I meet a lot of two working parent households, and more so women. And so I think the degree of resilience they need to just keep going, it's super important. And I do think that probably affects women a little bit more than men. But all leaders need resilience.
I think that's a totally fair answer, by the way, and
Yeah.
a very honest answer. So, in light of your leadership journey and your current role, what is the most important piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
So I love this question because someone said something to me once and it just landed so squarely and became kind of a professional mantra. And it was, there are very few things in life that you cannot get yourself out of. And it became permission for me to try all the things. Take risk, get out of your comfort zone, try the nonlinear path.
Yeah.
And it was the advice that I needed to not be so kind of on a mission. I'm type A, I'm going to do this. So it was the exact right thing for someone to share with me at that time. And I always love to pay that one forward. I would say the other thing I like to tell people is they see CMOs or other C-suite executives and they see the polish and the shine and the put togetherness. And I meet a lot of individuals and I mentor a lot who are type A and they see that and they think that's not me. So I think it's always important to tell people that behind the scenes, it's not all the polish and the shine. It can be a mess. And I like to tell people that because in the spirit of resilience, it's important that they know that they can get there, to keep going. It's not always going to feel super easy to get to the next step. So I think it's important for young leaders to know that.
I think, and like you talked about taking risks, mistakes happen.
Yeah.
You don't learn without trying some things and making some wrong choices.
And I think your teams need to see that. It's a very unachievable bar if they think you're just doing everything effortlessly.
Totally.
I think teams are inspired by leaders who will jump in and dig in and do it with them. And frankly, it comes off very authentic if they see mistakes made. And frankly, how you handle mistakes is super important in your own leadership journey. So I think those things are really critical to just own and have conversations about.
I love that. So, it can feel like a throwaway to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, but these are really, really critical questions that we face as a world, but certainly as an industry. So, what action would you say you're taking personally or inside of your company to create a more inclusive culture?
I think the two things I would share that you're kind of hearing as I'm talking is we spend a lot of time as a culture creating a safe space to make mistakes, to talk about the mistakes. And I think the safe space allows genuine authenticity. I'll say sometimes, I want the pink hair, I want the tattoos, I want whatever you are most comfortable wearing, because that's how you're going to get everyone's best self. And I think if you create those two things, you can really maximize an environment that is inclusive, just inherently inclusive. And I really see people come to life when you make it okay to do those things. So those are my priorities for our team.
I love that. Okay, so what about at the industry level? What does the industry need to do to achieve greater diversity, better equity, more inclusiveness in our workforce and in our workplace?
In the marketing industry, I think along the same lines, I think when we make it okay for people to be their authentic self, you start to create more understanding of a range of personality types and individuals and thought leadership. So empathy grows. And I think everyone just performs a little bit better. So I would give you some version of the same answer, which is create a safe space and then be your true self and own it every day.
Owning it every day, I think, is the difference between checking a box and really being committed.
Yeah.
So the next generation of consumers is already demonstrating a preference for brands and companies that, quote unquote, do well by doing good, right? They want to spend their money on goods and services that help protect the planet, on businesses that hire and promote diverse workforces, and on companies that stand for something bigger than profit. So how do brands pursue purpose authentically?
I think this one is so important because you have to be able to evolve as a brand or you'll become irrelevant, but you have to stay in your laneway. I think you really have to deeply commit to whatever purpose you're prioritizing. So for us, innovation and sustainability are core to our growth strategy. They are inherent in all of our daily activities. And so it's very authentic. Again, to go on the authenticity theme, for us, it would be less authentic to try and create purpose around some adjacency that isn't central to our business. So I would say really know what your business kind of laneway is and make sure that whatever the purpose that you're conveying is deeply integrated into your business strategy.
What can you just give an example to bring it to life? You know, in the business in which you are.
Sure. So we have a number of programs that focus on the voice of the consumer and shaping our actually strategic agenda. So we have a program called All Blue Planet, which is focused on creating access to water and boating to a more diverse and broader population. And we also have a consumer advocacy group called Ripple, which focuses on kind of everyday touch points with boaters or boating enthusiasts so that they can tell us what matters to you right now, what's important as it relates to sustainability, what's important as it relates to product innovation. So we let them tell us, and then we focus on the things that are core to our strategy.